Players join Ramses as the only other in the top 5 in career GPM and experience per minute and win rate, both of them in the top 10. Nisha in only his first year with Secret. Hero-wise, we got that core IO potentially in the hands of Secret, undefeated here in the main event, but Liquid counter with Meepo. We 26 career wins on Meepo, most in Pro Dota 2 all time. We got one hell of a match coming up to you. Who better to bring it to you? Back in NA, they're the pride of the Pacific Northwest, but they're spitting straight fire on the stage in Shanghai. Here are Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Nahaz. And yes, Trent, a legendary matchup we got coming up right now. Liquid, Secret, tale as old as time. How you feel, my man?
Absolutely fantastic. We're here. I like what Kyle said. Liquid, they haven't dropped a game. Through the lower bracket, the same story as the previous year. Something about the upper bracket is for people in britches, I think he said, Miracle. It was something along those lines. Either way, they're here again, and this time they're taking on Team Secret.
Amazing stuff. Yeah, I think that a lot of people, again, you might forget that Liquid was the TI7 winners with all the emphasis that was given over to LGD and OG last year. These guys came in fourth, they put on a very solid performance, but now needing to make it happen yet again for themselves. And of course, Secret finally able to overcome that hurdle of not making it past the 5th, 6th spots. Both teams, a lot to prove. They got to do it here on the big stage in Shanghai.
Yeah, they found themselves into a matchup versus this newly rejuvenated Liquid. And it features our friend, Mr. Weehaw, and the hero that first made him famous, right?
Yeah.
The Meepo. And perhaps infamous, however you want to put it, but Weehaw showed up on the map because of this lovely group of heroes. And you ban his TA. Sure, he's been playing that a lot, but the Meepo is where his heart truly resides.
And I mean, is it really a good Meepo game? You look at this lineup, and Earthshaker always something they get a little bit concerned about, but there are a lot of heroes that are around to protect them. We'll have to wait and see, as already a little bit of a battle looking for these bounty runes. Puppy throws out the cask and able to steal away that bounty. So 3 going the way of Secret early on as Mind Control still taking a lot of damage there. But will be able to pick up the bounty rune and then salve up afterwards.
Yeah, this Earthshaker, it's kind of like that classic, noob counter almost, of versus the Broodmother, where you're like, oh, I'm going to Echo Slam all these spiders. Surely this will be good.
That casted out bounce, and Puppy now in some trouble as the punch down comes from Curl. Fairy Fire, the heal back up, eats his way through the trees, and that's enough to get the captain away.
Ooh, keeping it nice and easy peasy there from Niche on that core IO. As, yeah, this match, we heard Gunnar talking about it as well, where into that mid and late game, that's where this Meepo versus the OD's really going to shine. Meepo, of course, a hero that loves to build just stats all around, and doesn't really fall too hard prey to the sanities unless mid one gets, super farmed, right?
Yeah, that is definitely a problem. Mid one starts to build a lead. This hero's so good at snowballing. Lane we haven't really talked about as of yet is Miracle and GH down bottom. That Earth Spirit and Leshrac trying to stand up against the Omni Knight, as Weehaw again going to take some of those pot shots. But yeah, kind of an interesting little roll in as we see Zai just going to waltz away.
Yeah, at the same time, mid lane, they're threatening with Yapsor here. Weehaw getting pretty low. Just waiting to see if they can find that one moment. The Astral was just coming up here. Need the block
opening.
off.
They have the setup for this perfectly with the banishment running out. It's going to be the walk over from Yapsor and first blood drawn by the Earthshaker.
As is tradition for Yapsor, he will take the most gold possible at the very beginning of the game. And that's fully completed Tranquils, I believe, for him right now, actually. Already this early, not opting for those earlier Soul Ring builds.
Okay. We'll have to watch and wait and see how that goes for him, but obviously in this top lane as well, Nisha and the Witch Doctor just going to try and lay out whatever damage they can, but there is a wraparound that's coming up top as well, as we do see Yapsor move over into position to try and save Puppy, who again was just taking a beating.
Puppy's just like, can I please just get to level 2? I can get this double heal action going on where you can really abuse some mechanics. But he's struggling to get there. Just one more creep. Oh, okay. Life's good now. And we'll have a pause just to consider exactly. Of course, we got some sort of a technical issue there for the teams that they'll work on. But yeah, Secret keeping the the cards close to their chest throughout that draft, right? Some questions of exactly what was going to happen with this IO. As they started picking through their heroes, you weren't exactly sure where he was going to wind up. Is he going to be the core? Is he going to be the support? It was kind of sketchy throughout it, but then with that final pick in the Earthshaker, they did fully confirm that it would be this core IO once again. And you heard Sunbi say after their first game earlier today while they were playing it, he just said, yeah, you know, it's Nisha. He can play it, so we play it.
Totally.
Very, very firm response.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like, it sometimes just comes down to that. The player feeling confident on a particular hero, saying, I can do this, I can win for my team, understanding the matchup and making it happen. You can see already 79% win rate here at this tournament for the IO. That is absolutely insane.
IO and Alchemist. Whew. I don't know. I look forward to seeing if someone can defeat it, because for me, this core IO has just looked ridiculous. As far as I know, the core IO hasn't lost. It's only been support IO that's taken the nosedives there, mostly with like IO Gyro and stuff, who isn't quite the same matchup it used to be.
No, definitely not. And I think a lot of that comes down to the change of the Aghanim Scepter talent. But, you know, these core players, they're saying, all right, let's just pick up that Aghanim Scepter, get ourselves farming away like crazy, and then eventually we're going to be able to take over this game. Oftentimes, though, that does sort of go hand in hand with a lot of other heal, which is why you're seeing that Witch Doctor get taken here for the Voodoo Restoration later on, as well as the Omni Knight having some more spam out there of the heals and status resistance and all that other good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we talked a lot about Secrets Draft, but on the side of Liquid too, I feel like I haven't seen GH play Earth Spirit in a while. He was picking up at Epicenter, but at least I haven't caught any of his games here where he's been on the hero, but this is one of his big ones, right? This is like his top 3. I think he's even played it more than his Keeper of the Light, which is one of those like most iconic ones that you even think about when it comes to GH. So the man's got a mean green machine, and currently after Zai there, whew, the blocks.
Seeing if they can get the rundown, but it's not quite going to happen. They have the Split Earth afterwards if they manage to hit it, but Zai just gets on his little tippy toes and walks away. Ain't no problem.
And yeah, those Tranquils do indeed get delivered to Yapster in the mid lane, so gonna use that newfound speed to rotate around here.
Weehaw comes in with his other Meepo and able to try and scare some of those last hits, but so far mid one 13-6, just giving him the business here in the mid lane. And Arcane Orb trade-off there as Yapstart moves into position. They killed off Zai elsewhere.
Yeah, we were watching mid, of course, because you can see they're obviously going for that gank, but looks like Zai goes down after salving back up. Had only used one more Tango, so hadn't quite gotten back up to full HP there, and Miracle finds the kill with GH.
I mean, Weehaw definitely knows that Yapstor is over here. He has not shown back up one of the other lanes and can anticipate that this movement is over from the Earthshaker, but mid one not wanting to go for fear of reprisal. And IO up top.
Yeah, kind of quite a bit of harass onto him, but in the end, you have to get that like perfect chain stun lockdown happening there. As long as you know he has the tether up, there's not a whole lot you can do.
Absolutely. Picking up that ring of Silius as well as Yapstor again going to make this move up here towards the north. The pull gets off, and Yapstor trying to make things happen. Was able to get that early kill, but now kind of just regulated to running around with Tranquils trying to make stuff happen.
Yeah, he's going to check the rune. GH rolled all the way home, and so he's now going to TP back down to the bottom shrine and then roll to check the bottom rune. And the 50-50 coin flip goes the way of Yapstor. Secures a haste rune in the top and immediately starts rushing his way there. Pretty fearsome trio. He wants to try and find something.
Could be nice for him. Already getting the spirits rolling, but he's heading back towards mid again. So yeah.
It looks like he's trying to find Kuro, right? He's checking inside that Radiant jungle. He's like, are there stacks in here? What are they doing? But Kuro, well, he's in the Dire jungle, and he is actually spotted by an Observer Ward, so they do know that he's up here.
Yeah. Soaking up some of that experience. Kuro already level 3 on the Chen. Off to a hot start. Has that headdress as well. So he is pretty farmed. And right now, it's mainly just Yapstor that's sitting bottom of the pack in terms of levels. Just level 1 still.
And you're going to have mid one take over in terms of the net worth. I know the last hits are back and forth, but you got yourself a Meepo who's in the jungle, right? So as much as we see the last hits being close, you know that you're getting more when you're getting those lane creeps as long as the numbers are even. The problem is soon the numbers unlikely to be even, right? Great denies there from mid one to try and slow down the XP gain of the Meepo, which is always important, but it's Meepo time. He's already stacking camps right now in that jungle.
And that's why you see the trade-off there of 3 bounty runes over as well for just the 1. Of Secret. More emphasis on the lanes, it feels like, for Team Secret, while Liquid taking advantage of the other resources around the map. And Mind Control level 4, the first wave of catapults coming in, and Chen in the area does feel like they could get a little bit aggro.
He's putting a message down. Observer ward. We're going to be busy up here. That's what that says.
In the meantime, though, just tethered up with Puppy. They're not really that afraid, and the overcharge comes out. While the cast bounce hits onto a creep. Very long timer on the stun for that one. And again, relatively so Sart. Does it feel like you need to get a lot done with the Chen early on at this point in time?
I would say it's almost like the three heroes almost feel that pressure of the Earthshaker, the Earth Spirit, as well as the Chen, right? Witch Doctor sitting in lane feels good. That's what you do. Keep my carry going. But these other heroes, like you feel like you have this potential, you know? So when I'm not making these big plays, I get a little bit dismayed. I don't know if they are right now, but they understand their game plan right there. Most likely playing for that 10-minute mark where we have the double tome come out. There's not as many concerns as there used to be for getting that XP with the double tome for supports like this. So probably just gonna be a little bit of a slow one here as Meepo, at least because of that, is gonna get a lot of space to farm in the jungle.
And you did see no boots build for Weehaw, going for the quad Wraith Bands, picking up one of those couriers, since they did have the ward spotting out the direction of their jungle. And still only 200 gold behind the OD after this laning stage.
Yeah. So what I do like about the Shaker versus the Meepo in this sort of a matchup, though, will be if he can just get a Fisher block onto the Meepo and just give like a little bit of space to the OD, that Sanity's is still gonna be big, right? Okay. We talk about like Meepo still does buy a bunch of stats, sure, but he mostly buys Ed. You know, maybe the Scythe and Savvy get a little bit of int here and there, but you're stacking quad Wraith Bands right now, so there is a chance if mid one gets those big items that he can still blow them up. But the problem is if Meepo gets the initiation, that's be bad news bears.
Yeah, particularly around like that hex timing or whatever, and Weehaw's completely been obstructed so far, it feels like. Mind Control still sitting back, can hold on to this lane, keep it under pressure and make sure that they don't get too much onto the tower as Kuro in a little bit of trouble with the Maledict down, the Paralyzing Cask as well. Chase comes, but the heal, good Fissure to interrupt. They still try and run him down, but they pulled in Miracle, and that's going to be enough to find the kill onto Puppy, though Kuro will fall. Both captains go down. Yeah,
good Fissure there to cause the balls to just kind of like stack up like that, right? It was like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Clapped it onto a couple of them there with the help of the Maledict.
But another nice part of that Chen, of course, is the ability to pull in heroes. And, well, Puppy, you came to the wrong neighborhood, mister. It's
Guys,
Liquid. Just going to run at him.
They might have a ward. Just throwing it out there. It was nighttime, so I think he thought he was safe from the creep vision. And instantly punished there. So that's going to be some tower pressure. And they do have BSJ's boy in the dead lane. It's the Tide. I mean, you plant this guy there, most dangerous part of the map. That's where teams maybe like to rotate down, trade that tower. Tide, he's going to be okay. Yeah. He can set up for the counter rotation because you're using that Chen, like you pointed out, to bring a hero in. What does that mean? That hero still has a teleportation scroll. So you try and go on this Tide Hunter. He gets that Kraken off, and suddenly release the Kraken. Y'all get comboed by his allies TPing in.
Release the Kraken indeed. Ravage, obviously a terrifying ability at these early goings. Kuro can do that pull in if they need to, if they want to defend that tier 1 tower. But for now, at least, Liquid just going for a little bit of an invade in the jungle as they find Nisha coming back in.
Always slippery.
With that relocate, and now the chase down coming from Zai as they look to follow this one. Paralyzing Cask only going to connect on the Miracle, but that might be a nudge because, well, the rest of Secret is here.
Yeah.
And they kill him off.
Close to finding that kill on the Nisha, just not able. He like tried to next level the play, I think, with the split earth. The Nisha just went like right towards the Leshrac, thinking hopefully he doesn't stop his own feet. So they instantly deward the Observer that was there to try and keep an eye on Nisha farming because they know how the strategy works. They've seen several teams do it. He just wants to be in this little triangle, or, well, I guess it's quad. Of course, we usually think of the triangle down here.
Right.
This can be a rhombus or something. I don't know. I need some geometry classes. But either way, that's where he's going to be. Trapezoid. I think it's a trapezoid. I'm going to go with that.
You're so good at math.
Thank you. I'm a geography, which is very close to sounding like geology. Wait, what? That's not the right one either.
It's beautiful.
Geometry. I knew I had it.
So 3-3 so far. It is kind of an interesting little dynamic too, using that relocate to be able to get back to base, pick up some more items. Of course, now Nisha having that completed Helm of the Dominator, he's just going to start running around and finding GH. Pearl Boulder not going to quite get there in time to interrupt, but it will still punch.
What a strat. Anna, what have you done? I mean, this Mud Golem is just hoofing it. Look at him go.
He's a monster. It's a terrifying.
It kind of looks like Slacks when he's late to a segment. That's pretty much how he runs around the arena.
You're not wrong. Oh, God. Well, already the Kaya completed now for the OD. Miracle in the mid lane, trying to push this one out another time. And again, you look at this lineup, wanting to make stuff happen early. You've got the 4 points up in TNC. You've got the Chen creeps there to help soak up damage, as they are going to rotate now. Move Zai into the area, and that kind of puts the kibosh on the pressure.
Well, I feel like Zai's been playing down there for a long time, too, with mid one, right? Where they were maybe hoping to force this tower, couldn't find anything up top. Now Puppy forced the toss of the Maledict.
A little bit of a net moving in. They will finally collapse there onto the Witch Doctor, who will just get dropped. Weehaw finding the final touch.
And they're still pressuring mid. I mean, they're grabbing a kill up top, but it's not necessarily slowing down the rest of Liquid. They are keeping that Edict pressure on. They say, bring all of your heroes or we're not stopping.
Moving in for it. Do they get the deny? At the very least, they will. Omni Knight Zai makes it happen. Now the Magnetize on his Emerald. Move the Heavenly Grace, but mid one just drops. They find the kill, and now Zai trying to turn this one back around. Miracle is still living with a decent mana pool. Echo Slam connecting, but it's not enough damage. Weehaw lives through it. They roll through again, and Liquid making it happen. They take down Yapsor as well, possibly running through the trees, trying to run away. They know he's in there, and the net's eventually going to find the kill.
So GH winds up with the double kill as he takes Zion. Yapsor Kuro gets the kill onto mid one, and Weehaw takes the kill onto Puppy. So Secret dropping all over the map. And hey, you know, not even just tier 1 tower damage, they're going to take some damage onto tier 2.
I mean, this is...
hello? Anybody?
This damage coming out from Meepo at this stage of the game. They just use Echo Slam. This is 11 minutes now as they pressure onto this tier 2 tower.
I mean, Mind Control's still sitting here with Ravage.
Haven't had to use it.
They know there's no sanities.
The net.
This is looking like some Alchemist Dota.
It is a monster. They just take that tower, back out afterwards.
Pressure on Yapsor, I think, this game to try and get that Blink. I mean, the Blink's not an end-all, be-all sort of an item here, of course, versus the Meepo. You still need a lot of follow-up damage, but he is racing towards it, already up to 1,250 gold.
I mean, in a way, it just feels like the bigger thing he needs to do is just levels. Like, getting up to that level 2 Echo, if at all possible, which is obviously a far way away. He's the lowest level in the game, though. They just don't have the control or the damage to deal with it. And another tower taken.
I feel like I see a bunch of Liquid gather around a tower and it falls, and then instantly they're just somewhere else. Yeah. Right? This Chen, he still has Divine Favor ready for any of these Meepos if he needs it. GH is actually going to TV top to try and support Weehaw, but he doesn't even need it. He just solo killed Nisha.
Dude, this is...
That's a lot of gold.
This is disgusting. They're just running it over and over. And again, this is before that first big item comes from Weehaw. When he gets the E-Blade, the amount of damage that you pick up on it is absurd.
I am definitely a big fan of the position 1 Leshrac, something that China's been doing quite a bit over the past couple months, right? They love to flex this hero across all the roles and all the lanes. I mean, this guy, probably the only true hero I feel like that can be played 1 to 5 right now. And it feels good to me. It's just the ability to pressure like this and just take down towers with such ease gives you so much strength into that mid game if you can keep it.
Fissure for what? As Liquid take a 5,000 gold lead at 13.5 minutes. They have not taken their foot off the pedal, and Secret have not come up with an answer. Well, now the question becomes, where do you go from here? Possibly up towards that tier 1 tower, I guess, invade the jungle. Do you need to set up for Roche this early?
Right, well, what the
hell do you do?
Secret, they know. They've seen the IO, right?
Okay.
We've had games exactly like this. The first games that the carry IO came out, I heard Grant and Kyle on BSJ, and they're just like, guys, they're really losing with this core IO. How does this thing work? And, well, eventually it kicked into place, right? And to get the level 15 talent, once you have the Aghanim Scepter, those are massive tools to actually get some damage out from this hero. So, Secret, they're trying to get there as fast as they can. Taking away this space is super important because knocking down towers makes it harder for Nisha to farm, so that's partly why he's so far down on the net worth chart.
This is so important right here as well. Moving in and taking the first Roshan.
There's no way they're getting in on this one.
I mean, the Meepo being able to pick up this Aegis is just so key. And actually, Puppy might just die. He's getting hit by an illusion. You can poof onto those afterwards. As Puppy going to get controlled up for the moment, as GH still has him in his sights, and they're going to be able to poof in afterwards if they want. Yeah. As Roche already goes down, Weehaw finds Puppy, and now an Aegis, an E-Blade. Weehaw is doing whatever he damn pleases.
All right, so E-Blade, this game, what do we have? Yapsor, oh, he's still 400 gold away-ish from that Blink Dagger, so Planetfall, gonna have to figure it out pretty soon here. They want to stay in this one. Mid one's BKB, going to be a good tool to try and actually fight into these engagements. He's still going to be backed up by Zai there on the Omni. He's trying to split push and get away from this, but you can see, I mean, I think 37% is a little generous considering like the pace at which Liquid are going, but that's basically the idea of respecting the high ground, right? It is hard to go high ground versus some of these heroes. But mostly it's just hard to not give away big streaks as Zai.
I mean, look at this damage that comes out. He's just going to get rooted afterwards. They have the E-Blade there, continuing to control this Omni Knight as he tries to hide away. And I don't think that this juke is eventually going to work as they find Zai and kill him off. I mean, right now, the Meepo has 150 damage base. That's more than any of the heroes on Secret. And he's got a bunch of them. He's got more than a few, Trent.
Yeah, he's got a whole crew. Oh, the whole crew also going to run into mid one here. Who it's
oh god, not again. Mid one trying to run. Mind control. He can chase down with the Ravage if he wants to. He knows there's no Astral. Mid one in a pickle as they run him down. Ravage going to be used. Split Earth afterwards. This is destruction.
I am a fan of that Ravage. Don't give him any opportunity for some big sanities on you because you got 27 int right now. No thanks. Finish it off, set up the split earth easy, take us high ground, and you know that guy's going for a BKB. He just bought out.
They are owning and taking down the tier 3 tower. Nisha just hoping to try and hold off, if at all possible. Still 500 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter on the IO as Liquid hit their timing just that much harder.
Wow, I can't wait to see how strong IO Aghanims is. Because if it can bring you back from this, it is truly busted.
And they're trying, they're hoping. They're waiting. Creeps are coming in just a moment, and Weeha still holding on, not at all afraid.
I mean, Nisha is relocating to farm waves.
Okay, the fissure already thrown out. They used the Death Ward, but there's nothing there for the follow-up. Astral used as well. Now mid one in a lot of trouble as they're healing back up from the ransack. They're not doing enough damage. Is it quite enough? They can't even kill him off once. Hand of God comes out. Secret is getting completely run over.
The balls are online.
Are you kidding me? Possibly. They need it. They need it right now more than anything. The roll through as well. Zai, they try to take down Weeha. He is going to pop. But in the meantime, Secret now. Can you kill him a second time? Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. And Secret not ready for the fight.
He's trying to drive them back, but indeed they will have to just give up that mid lane of Rax.
Zai gets the deny at least. Some small solace.
Oh, Liquid? Oh, okay. I like this. They want to test it themselves, I think.
All right.
How good is this thing? You know, what can Nisha really do here? They don't have Ravage. They do have the pipe, though, on mind control. And I believe, as you saw earlier in the IO game, it was about 90% of the damage from Nisha was magical.
It's a scary moment. They're scouting with that Helm creep. And again, how often have we seen teams fall to the high ground push?
Well, they didn't fall that time.
That's
for sure. But there will be some more high ground pushes out here from Liquid.
And I think that's why you see Liquid hold back there. You know, wait for your next round of items to come online. They've already got a 10,000 gold lead. They've got the Aegis a while ago. They're ready to go again.
Yeah, next big items will be the BKB for Miracle, so he can try and play up in the fights alongside Weeha, who is going for that Scotty to give him some more balanced stats here.
Uh-oh. Mr. Zai. They don't quite catch him, but Weeha now spots him out, and the root's going to be there. Zai is also going to be in trouble as they will just beat him down into the ground. Team Secret just getting rolled on by GH and Liquid as a whole. They came to play today.
Oh, they did indeed. Is Nisha still just struggling? I mean, he's the big thing, right? You just want to see, can he get to 15? Can he add that additional spirits damage there?
It's going to be a grind, but it does feel like this possibly could be the answer for the IO draft.
Oh, just play meatballs?
Just hit harder.
play faster is certainly, I think that's what we saw tried earlier today too, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not true. I thought they were going to try and play faster, and then they last picked a Medusa, so that was not what was attempted by Vici Gaming. Liquid kind of flipping that last pick here with the Meepo instead, and indeed playing very fast. I mean, they kind of telegraphed it even with the Leshrac and the Chen, right? If you knew what was coming here. No surprises for Team Secret.
Well, right now, IO about 800 experience away from getting that level 15 talent. And he is going to TP back now to try and help.
There's a tome in the base. I think it's his.
Yeah, that's what that's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pubg. Oh, Pubg even buys for him. Wow. The support life, I tell you, in a pro game is really rough.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? In this game, very emblematic of things being rough. Well, I mean, does it really even make that much of a difference
I
right
don't
now?
know. I want to say no, but I don't want to doubt this thing anymore.
You've been burned one too many times by the core IO. I mean, it's a Scotty done on Weeha right now. He is so far ahead. Another 5,000 gold item above the next core on Team Secret.
There's just really big timings coming up, right? The BKB, the next Aegis, all of that should be coming together for Liquid. I don't think anything in that same window will be as powerful for Secret now the IO has already reached level 15.
Right.
So if you're Liquid, you just hold out, control the plateau, keep both those mid and top lanes going in your favor, control Secret, use the lanes for information, as well as these great wards, by the way, that are just outside the Secret base, right? It is spotting exactly what they're trying to do. They know when they're going up top of farm. You can see they're trying to de-ward right now from Secret. Maybe wondering exactly how Liquid know what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, you need to just try and reestablish map vision, if at all possible. But so tough to make happen against this lineup.
And yeah, Miracle nearly into that BKB. Mind control now with the Blink Dagger there too on that Tidehunter. And even GH has almost completed his BKB.
Yeah, this is terrifying. They have it on the OD, like we were talking about, but it doesn't feel like it's really going to be enough at this point. They need the Sanity's Eclipse to be huge. YapzOr is getting closer to that level 12, which again could make a bit of a difference, but that's predicated upon Meepo being in a position where he's going to get echoed poorly.
I mean, for reference, he's got what, 100? He's got 112 in there. Quick maths, no problem. On the OD, and our Meepo's way up there. He's at 91. So it's like Sanity's does nothing to Meepo. Yeah, is the point we're at here with all these. Like, it's little bits of int all the way, but it's still a lot more than most heroes get, especially most Agi heroes, right?
Yeah. Well, and now the one plus side of this, if your Team Secret,
you found a plus side. This I'm excited for.
So oftentimes, you know, BKBs, they get countered by the Earthshaker because he's got that instant initiation. And now, speaking of which, YapzOr back behind. He can jump in if he wants to. Thinking about it, be sure to open up GH. The Echo Slam. Is it quite going to be enough? They have the Ravage to try and turn it. Weeha so freaking low, but not looking quite low enough. They do manage to kill him off, but they lose the Earthshaker and the IO. Mid one falling low. The Help Stomp, it connects as well as they all are getting torn apart. Nisha ended up buying back into this fight, and Miracle trying to take him down. Is it going to be quite enough? Fuel Scepter lifts up at the very last second to keep Miracle alive. Puppy wanting to take down the mid from Liquid, and he does die to the Maledict. 3 gone. Zai, the last one left alive, but the buyback comes. They know there are buybacks coming from Secret.
Jeez, Puppy played his heart on that fight. He actually did so much damage on the Witch Doctor, 4,798. He was only second to the OD.
And now the jump forward, looking for a bit more. They've gone a bit too far, though. There's a fissure to open it up. They find the rolling boulder stun forward, and
they can't do it again. It's too much.
It's far too much. Weeha taking a lot of damage.
He's got 27.
He's trying to make it work, but it's not quite there. YapzOr needs another fissure. The chase forward, looking for the finish, and my man Mid One with one last Astral, desperately trying to hold on. He does manage to get the walk away again, but the root's there. Turn around the BKB. He's actually living through this one. Mid One, can he do it? The right click's coming through. It's all too much damage. And Weeha can just walk away again.
It is very cathartic to watch this IO strat be defeated by a Meepo with 30 HP regen. I'm not gonna lie. They just don't have the damage. If they don't have all of their tools available, there's no way they're gonna kill him. And so you just see this Meepo living with the divine favor, and I'm like, you know what? It's a little gross, but I can live with that. If it's versus the IO, because that has been the bread and butter of this strat, getting the IO to that ridiculous agonist and then buffing someone up to a degree where they're just unkillable.
And right now, needing to come up with an answer to their own. Team Secret, Liquid just going to run into the pit and try and finish off Roshan. In the meantime, Nisha can go for some split push plays with the relocate, but this is another Aegis and now Cheese on Liquid as they find YapzOr. The one hero that was supposed to be a solace for them, but is not, as Miracle pops the BKB and is just gonna walk at him. Secret don't really have an answer as they chase forward, find the splitter there, a quick jump in for the save coming from Nisha. As they get the fissure, the follow-up is there, a lot of damage onto Mind Control, who is starting to drop with that Maledict down, might be enough for the Miracle, also very far forward, they do manage to bring down the ledge.
It looks like MC will get out. Oh, Pearl's found.
Okay, another follow-up.
They found themselves a fight without their Meepo. Perhaps Liquid just a bit too ahead of themselves there, going for some kills. course, they do also have plenty of time left on this Aegis and Cheese, and you could even argue these guys are up there just ensuring that nothing was going to be interfering at the same time. So not the worst for Liquid. Still obviously a gargantuan lead, but it is some solace for Secret to get a couple of kills here and know that they can bring down these heroes surrounding the Meepo.
Well, and again, it was a buyback that came earlier from the Meepo where they didn't manage to get the other set of racks. So possibly a way that you could see a path to victory with Secret having all of their abilities up. But again, there's a tier 1 tower mid. It's just so hard to keep the pressure on. And
so you don't have to kill him 4 times.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, he's passed off the Cheese to Mind Control. So there you go. So Mind Control just making sure that he won't have any mana issues with the Sanities, I would reckon is one of the big reasons for this. He's even got a Mango now. Mind Control's got the big brain plays here. The watermelon, the mangoes, keeping a healthy diet for himself. And there is a smoke here from GH2 as they push out the lane. So yeah, they're going to pop that. Head towards the Dire Jungle.
Let's see what they can do. Liquid, at this point in time, wanting to hit Secret where it hurts and see if they can get that second set of racks.
Miracle in his natural habitat here, lying in wait. See if someone wants to poke at this wave and give him the old Yules.
Puppy walking around just cool as a cucumber. I would not be that cavalier with my movement if I was in this game, but, well, the jump forward, and that's why Ravage connects onto all of them. They are going to be able to find the silence afterwards onto Zai, so no hope for safe. GA comes out finally as they try and get a turnaround. Roll forward coming from GA to control the rest of the fight. And E-Blade is there to make sure that none of the Meepos go down. Zai is control. Liquid still running forward. A buyback comes from the Witch Doctor. But with no OD, Liquid have a path towards victory here. Yeah. They're going to take down another set of racks.
Get your IO strat out of my game. OD, no buyback. Weehaw, everything.
Find it everywhere you want. An ultra kill for Weehaw, who continues to just run ransack through this game. They're going to give him the rampage. No, stolen away by Miracle. He has to take one for himself this time around. As Liquid do not look phased in the least bit. No buybacks on any of these heroes. This is only Nisha and Yapzor left to defend. Tier 4 towers being assaulted. Ladies and gentlemen, stick a fork in them because at least for this game, Secret are looking done as GG is called. My God, that was dominant.
Team Liquid. I can tell you there's nothing we want to do more, I'm sure, than play Meepo on this stage. Brought back here again from the Shanghai Major. The last time he was up here and competing, and finds himself another victory. Liquid remaining undefeated as they move throughout the lower bracket.
I mean, that's really one of the craziest stories ever. Could you imagine the run? You think back again to this team's TI7 run, and it was the same type of thing, being dropped down so early on in the bracket and making that amazing run, and here even more so.
It's impressive to try and handicap yourself one round further. I have to give them credit. It does explain those group stage games.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see what happens in game number 2, but first, we got to head back to Shiva and the panel, see what they thought about that game number 1.
Yes, thank you very much, Trent and Lyrical. What a dominant performance from Team Liquid in game number 1 of this best of 3 series. The winner will move on to be in the top 3 and, of course, in the lower bracket finals tomorrow. Loser will be eliminated 4th place. And before I'm going to let you guys break down the game and talk about these two teams, what are you doing? Oh,
I'm petting Mind Control's head. He did a good job.
Oh, okay, great. I'm actually looking forward to hearing what the draft panel thought on that first game. Hey, Kev.
Hey, so what was really important is that if you're trying to beat the IO, what you need to do is make the game accelerate in a big way and prevent him from getting gold. So what ended up happening was in this first team fight at the 7-minute mark, Kuro here on the Chen ended up teleporting in. Lash is going to appear right here in a second, so keep an eye out for him. He pops in. He's now level 6 coming from the safe lane. He had a lot of golden experience that he got from being in a dual lane where he got to pressure the Omni. And after he got that rotation kill, he instantly starts pressuring the lane, which is really effective. And more importantly, he rotates around, Puppy TPs back in and gets killed instantly. So not only did he rotate into this lane, but he also set tempo by killing him and killing this tower immediately afterwards. That's a huge advantage because now they can move through the jungle. And with this jungle pressure, if you take a look over here, we ended up seeing a relocate coming from the IO. So what they're